Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you just gonna be breaking sticks in the background the whole time?
Well, yeah, it's like the visual ambiance. It's also kindling for the fire.
Oh, okay, big bets. All right, I'm gonna start.
Yep.
Yo!
Yo!
You're watching
Yo-Yo
with Yuri and Oskar, your favorite yuppies in the outdoors. Now, as always, we are honoring your request to get out of the city and into the wild. We are out here thriving, surviving, and breaking sticks, apparently. We are deep in the mountains of New Hampshire at the We are out here in the sprawling mountains of New Hampshire at Milan Hill State Park, 6 hours from our beloved city. Now, Yuri, isn't that mountain air just so fresh and wonderful?
I miss the sweet fumes of pollution. I feel like I'm suffocating.
This man right here is how I maintain my positive outlook on life.
Yeah, and this man right here is the reason we are late getting to camp. He doesn't know how to read a map.
Ah, correction. No one our age knows how to read a map. Yeah. But all of you fans, stans, subscribers, and followers, you wanted an authentic experience for us. Thank you for that, by the way. But you know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Tell him.
That means no GPS.
On October 18th, 2019, YouTube sensations Yuri and Oskar Petrov-Winslow, hosts of the popular YouTube channel Yo-Yo, or Yuri and Oskar Yuppies Outdoors, enter the mountains of New Hampshire to explore Milan Hill State Park. On October 20th, the two disappeared without a trace. The footage they recorded on their trip mysteriously uploaded to their channel on October 25th, 2019, a little under 1 week later. Who uploaded the footage remains unknown, although several sources believe it to have been Yuri. It was promptly removed due to its heinous nature.
Okay. All right, everybody, we have just about gotten camp set up. We were going to hike the Winter Path today, but
nightfall is coming prematurely.
you couldn't think of a better way to say that?
Nightfall is prematurely coming.
What's for dinner, Oskar?
So glad you asked.
Frickin' beans!
A camping classic cooked over a fire that Yuri is going to build for us. Now, you all saw Yuri busting the forest up to bits because he is a rugged survivalist. He is a true outdoorsman. But sorry, ladies, he's already spoken for. Shout out to Tanya, who, may I mention, I still have not met.
My baby. She wanted to come so badly.
A common complaint from all of his girlfriends.
All right, let's get this fire started. I am fucking starving.
Insider scoop. He was eating his feelings the entire drive up here because Tanya, I think he misses you.
It's true. I do miss you, Tani.
Tawny. Miss you, Tawny. Tawny.
On January 4th, 2021, journalist and recent NYU graduate Cordelia Charles received funding from the university to begin a lengthy interview process with a primary focus on suggestions that the case may have had supernatural undertones.
Boop, 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 boop. Was it here? Was this the place?
Take a couple steps forward. That's
Here?
good. Right there is good, yep.
Okay.
Audio 275.
How are you gonna let me know when to start?
I'm gonna say rolling and then action.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Rolling and action.
It's hard to believe in woods seemingly pleasant as these, a jealous rage resulted in the devastating murder that would rock the virtual world to its core. It was in these woods less than 1 year ago that Tanya Matthews viciously murdered YouTube sensation Oskar Petrov-Winslow before taking her own life. That is what we have been told, but many locals believe the truth lies a little bit deeper. They maintain that the tragic history of Milan may have something to do with it. And during the course of this documentary, we will be breaking down the facts and fiction surrounding this macabre case. I'm Cordelia Charles, and you're watching Yo-Yo, Influence of a Murder.
Okay, cut.
I think we've got it. That was the one.
We could do it one more time.
No, I think that was it.
All right.
Try not to fall in love with me.
I would never fall in love with a journalist.
What you are about to witness are the alleged final hours in the lives of Yuri and Oskar Petrov-Winslow and Tanya Matthews. The opinions shared by the following interviewees are not those of AniDote Productions or New York University. Please note, this documentary contains strong language, depictions of murder, and themes of sexual violence and suicide. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's okay, Mrs. Petrov-Winslow. You can take your time.
Thank you. I believe I'm ready.
Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about Oskar and Yuri? Who were they off the camera?
They were good boys. Both of them. Oskar was such a people pleaser. He was always like that, just wanting to make people laugh and smile, and he was so good at it. He just had this warm aura about him that made people feel safe and nurtured. That's how he gained all his followers. Have you seen his videos?
I have.
So you know.
And what about Yuri?
He was quieter than Oskar. Some people mistook that as standoffish, but he was just as kind. His love language was acts of service. He had this way of checking in with you about something you just casually mentioned and quietly taking care of it for you. He wasn't looking for praise or gratification or anything like that. He was an observer, just like his father.
Thank
They
you,
were-
Mrs. Petrov-Winslow.
Call me Elsa, please.
Of course. Let's move on. What prompted them to start their YouTube channel?
Oh, it was about 3 years ago, I think. When their father was alive, he would always tell them that his biggest wish was for them to get out of the city. And he was raised in Manhattan, so I guess he just wanted them to see more.
Did you share the sentiment?
Oh, God, no.
How did the two of you meet?
My father was having a gala, and he had pointed George out to me before. I think he appreciated as a self-made man that George was too. His window company boomed. He had an incredible work ethic. But primarily George just had this way of making you feel visible. He was a people person, through and through. And anyway, I did always hear what my father had to say, but I resisted. I could tell that he was interested in the merging of our families.
Really? That feels so archaic.
Well, things are so different these days. Anyway, George did approach me, and he revealed to me that he had been asking my father about me for months after seeing my picture on his desk. I know it sounds trite, but I've always had an affinity for romance. Anyway, you were asking about what started the YouTube channel. It was Oskar's idea. Originally, I think Yuri was supposed to just be behind the camera, but Oskar loved his brother so much. You see, Yuri was his best friend, and he was always asking his opinion, and he was seeking approval from his brother, and eventually Yuri gave in to it.
Did they always get along?
Yes, for the most part. They were brothers, and so there were tiffs. Never anything serious. It was always, Yuri hurt my feelings this, or I wish Oskar had never been born that. It was typical of young boys.
Boys will be boys.
It's as simple as that. Oskar adored Yuri. And Yuri felt protective of Oskar. He was always being picked on at school, and consequently that led to him being a people pleaser. And if he couldn't kill them with kindness, he was completely lost.
I see. Yuri was 1 year older than Oskar, yes?
Yes. He matured so much faster, so he always came across as older. Admittedly, Oskar matured so slowly, and eventually, over time, the gap between them felt substantial. Yuri assumed so much responsibility for Oskar, and that led to fights and many calls from the school. He was never violent, but he wasn't a pushover.
In the footage that was uploaded, Yuri seemed pretty aggressive.
That was not my boy. I don't know what. Something or someone got to him.
Mrs. Petrov, Ilsa, I have to ask, if that wasn't your son, who was it? So, how long have you been a historian?
Oh, well, how long has history existed? That's the question.
Are we ready to start?
Yeah. Audio 965, and we are rolling.
Testing. Testing.
You don't have to do that.
Oh, now I don't know. I've seen it in a ton of movies and film. Oh, sorry. Film does not lie. Testing.
Again,
elegant,
you don't
eleganza,
have to do...
elegant,
Wait.
eleganza.
What? Film does not lie?
Oh, it's a saying.
Definitely not.
Testing. 1, 2. Good morning, Vietnam!
Is it in the frame?
Yeah. Lacey, can you bring the boom up?
Oh, sorry.
Bring it up. Up!
What is wrong?
Ice cube got in there.
Alright, Cordelia, we're ready to go.
Can you state your name for the camera?
My name is Melbourne St. Regis, and I'm a local historian at Milan Hill Historical Museum.
And you've seen the footage of Yuri and Oskar?
Yes, I have.
And what do you think?
What did I think about...
What was your takeaway? I mean, the general public deemed it as an attention-seeking stunt to drive up viewers and subscribers, but those closest to them stated that they would never do something like that. Mm-hmm. Of course, that was before the bodies were discovered.
Oh, that all checks out. It's a bit boring, though, don't you think?
I'm sorry. Did you just call an unsolved murder-suicide boring?
It's not as black and white as that, but if I'm being wholly honest, I've seen it on the news many times. Are you familiar with the Mistress of Milan?
The quiet is nice, don't you think?
It's a little unsettling. Fucked up shit happens deep in the woods.
Fucked up shit happens on our street corner every other day, and we live in the Upper East Side.
Yeah, but we can just ignore that shit. Turn up our music, let the cops deal with it. But you can't run from a fucked up past.
What the hell are you talking about?
All right, so I've been doing some digging on this place, and I was looking at the best trails and views and shit, and I stumbled upon some pretty freaky stuff.
What, like Blair Witch shit?
Honestly, yeah, man. So there's this local legend, the Mistress of Milan, okay?
I'm fucking crying,
I'm
Mistress
serious.
of Milan?
Yes, the Mistress of Milan.
That is the stupidest fucking thing
It's actually kind of interesting.
No, I guarantee it's not.
Fine, fuck it, fuck you. Telling you shit.
The Mistress of Milan.
Fuck it. Yeah.
That's not real. That can't be real. That's some Scooby-Doo shit.
I'm starving.
So dumb. Okay.
But speaking of mistresses, did I tell you that Lisa from Waterline DM'd me? Who? Lisa from Waterline, that one makeup channel. Oh yeah, that one makeup channel. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know who I'm talking about. No. Lisa from Waterline. She's dating she's dating Connor White, that guy who does that weird podcast about cryptids. Whatever. Anyway, she DM'd me and she asked if we watch her channel. Why the fuck would we watch her channel? I don't know, man. Maybe you would like a soft summer look that complements your natural pink undertones. Shut up. Okay, so she asked if we watch her channel, and I said that I'd seen it. And then she asked if I had Snapchat, and it's just been like nude exchange ever since. Oh? Did you save any? A couple. With her consent. Let me see. Absolutely not. What? Why? Well, because it violates nude etiquette, that's why. God. And besides, I don't know. I think I like her. Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't date another influencer. Well, she's got it all. Yeah, including a partner. Oh, whatever. They're open. Besides, maybe there is networking capability. I mean, Waterline has an insane amount of followers. Why would she DM you and not me? Okay, first of all, rude. Okay? Why? Are you interested? No. I mean, she is hot though, but no, my girl's special. Be still, my motherfucking heart. That is the cutest fucking thing I have ever heard in my life. Do you love her? I don't know. Maybe it's too soon. It is, but maybe it's love at first sight. That's stupid. Yeah, well, that's love. Love is fucking dumb, yo, but I imagine it's probably worth it, so I say lean in. Yeah, maybe. How long has it been now? Like 8 months. 8 months, that's it? Actually, it's been like a year and a half, I think. Okay, there's a huge amount of middle ground between 8 months and a year and a half. Well, technically, when we we started going out, it's been like 8. It doesn't matter. It's been a year and a half. Well, whatever. I want to meet her. You will. Both you and Mom will. I'm just being very superstitious. Every time I introduce you and Mom to a new girl, shit always goes wrong. So I'm being very fucking cautious with her. Well, probably because you're in love. Now, you tell me about that mistress of Milan.
Margot de Violette was a chambermaid to Augustus Fogg, an early pioneer of Milan. Milan was a lumbering community, like most towns around it, and Fogg was at the top of the chain. You know the type. They truly think they can have it all, and at a certain point, he decided he wanted Margot.
Was Fogg married?
Oh, yes. He had been betrothed to Miranda Ellingwood for over a decade by then. Now, if there was one family richer than the Foggs, it was the Ellingwoods, which is why she chose to hyphenate her last name. It was not unheard of, but most certainly was not common. Anyway, when the two families merged, it was the best thing that could have happened to Milan at that point.
Just like Ilsa and George.
Pardon me?
Oh, it's probably nothing. Please continue.
Yes, well, prior to the marriage, the town had very few inhabitants, but the union of the Foggs and the Ellingwoods, coupled with the raging success of Milan lumber, increased the population fourfold. They valued their privacy and held a large estate on Milan Hill, where all those yurts are now. You've been?
I haven't.
Oh, I might have some photos for you.
Of Augustus and Miranda, or hopeful long shot of Margot.
Oh, I meant photos of the yurts.
Oh. Well, I can just imagine. Let's continue.
Yes, well, their marriage was as agreeable as it could be for the time period. Unfortunately, Miranda had what we now know to be a retroverted uterus, which made it difficult for her to get pregnant. And as the years went by, it became more and more likely that they would never conceive a child.
So Augustus's eyes wandered.
Sadly, yes. So the story is that he approached Margot de Violette on the night of October 20th, 1838, but she rejected him out of respect to Miranda. You see, Cordelia, contrary to the class system at the time, Miranda was a firm believer in keeping a happy staff. She thought that if you treated them with respect, that they would do better work. It was this that made Margot have the utmost loyalty to her. So, when Fogg made his move on Margot, she rejected him out of respect to Miranda. But he was bigger and stronger. I'm sure you can imagine how it ended for poor Margot.
I can.
When Fogg finished, Margot went straight to Miranda and told her what had happened. I guess hoping that if she'd heard it from her instead of Augustus, that she would somehow be spared.
But that isn't what happened?
Well, not exactly. Miranda took the girl into her arms, cradling her like a mother would a devastated child. While Margot wept, Miranda took a letter opener from a nearby table and stabbed Margot in the temple. She convulsed and pulled away, but Miranda tightened her grip and twisted the letter opener.
That's terrible.
After Margot was dead, Miranda dropped the corpse and made her way down the hall to Fogg's study, where he had already fallen asleep. The last bit of the story is...
Is what?
Well, it's pretty awful. I don't know if you want to use it in your documentary, but it is what happened.
It's okay. You can continue.
Still covered in Margot's blood, She
what?
She mounted Fogg and inserted him into her using Margot's blood as lubricant.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's terrible. He woke up inside her and went along with it, not realizing that she was covered in blood until the act was over.
What happened next?
Well, Miranda was impregnated that night. Just short of 9 months later, on July 17th, she went into labor and died during childbirth. Out of pure spite of his late wife, Fogg named the child Violet, after Margot de Violet.
Wow. That's just... wow.
Yeah. Anyway, their estate burned down under mysterious circumstances. That sort of thing always happens. The legend is that Margot, or the Mistress of Milan, haunts Milan Hill State Park, targeting men, specifically disloyal men. She is said to gouge out their wandering eyes before piercing them through the brain, just as she was pierced.
Surely that's just a local ghost story.
Oh, surely, but someone did claw out Oscar's eyes and stabbed him through the skull.
Police are suggesting Tanya.
Oh, maybe. Or maybe the legends are true.
So what? It was like a wet dream?
No, it was scary. It was like a nightmare.
I don't feel like the two are mutually exclusive.
Well, this wasn't sexy, all right? It was the Mistress of Milan, and she was hovering over my bed, and she was just staring at me with those big-ass eyes.
How do you know that it was the Mistress of Milan?
Because she said.
Oh, what? She was just like, hey, what's good? It's me, the Mistress of Milan.
No, she was like, arg, I be the Mistress of Milan, here to collect the wandering eyes of lecherous men, arg.
Oh, so she's a pirate now. That makes sense.
Oh, and I was like, okay, cool.
Okay, but the real question, would you have fucked her?
Oh, 100%. Yo, it's your boy Oscar. And it's your man, Yuri, your favorite yuppies in the outdoors.
Today we are hiking Milan Hill's Winter Path.
And this path is famous for being the best route from the top of the mountain down into town. And it also passes by Milan Hill, which is famous for where Augustus and Miranda Fogg resided. Spooky.
But since we're not a stupid fucking horror channel and are instead a wilderness survival channel...
Gotta hear a wilderness survival.
We are not going to talk about this Mistress of Milan filth. Okay, now, another fun fact about the Winter Path is that it was named so after Lawrence Henry Winter.
And what made this Winter guy so special, huh?
He was a part of a group of settlers and eventually became mayor.
That's anticlimactic.
Fam, look, in those days, it took little to nothing to become recognized.
Yeah, well, if he was mayor, he probably named his path after himself.
Right, he probably did. Anyway, though, he did come through with a whole bunch of new laws that boosted the Jesus out of the economy here. He ordered, you know, your famous Foggs, Miranda, and Augustus Gloop. He ordered that they start a vegetable garden to bring more wealth into the community because apparently Milan Hill's sunny as shit. Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's right. All the more reason for us to go and sunbathe.
Please do. You are haunting the forest with your whiteness.
Well, speaking of haunts, this Legend of Milan stuff is vastly more interesting than this Winter Path shit.
I know, but it's scary. You know I hate that shit.
Don't you think you're depriving your viewers of quality content,
You are
Oscar?
pressed on this story. No, I don't. But fine, let's put it to the test, okay? Viewers, hi, hello. Would you rather hear about the rich, fascinating intersection of Milan's geographical and horticultural histories?
Yeah, fascinating.
Or would you like to spend all of your free time and energy, your precious free time and energy, learning about the dark annals of America's yesteryears?
Yeah, I don't think you used that word correctly.
I think the choice is pretty clear. So, type Team Winter in the comments if you want to learn about the rich horticultural successes of Lawrence Henry Winter.
Yeah, or you can type Team Anal if you want to hear about a pathetic servant girl that got brutally raped and murdered for being prettier than some jealous rich bitch.
Yuri, come on, Jesus Christ.
Nah, they're gonna love this. America's sick, bro. You'll see.
Alex will say rolling, and then you just start introducing yourself and
Shh. You hear that? Oh, that's a purple finch.
What's a purple finch?
What's a purple finch? That's New Hampshire's state bird.
Yeah, Cordelia, don't you know anything?
Alex.
So do I just talk?
Yes. Well, I'll ask you questions first, but yeah, you just talk to me. Try not to look into the camera.
Oh, this one.
Yes, that one.
Got it. So, it's tempting now.
So, you can start by introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Francine Chambers, park ranger at Milan Hill State Park. I got 4 dogs, 3 birds, 21 fish, and 2 girlfriends with 1 on the way. All legit. We're poly. You know about polyamory?
I do. Congratulations on your relationship.
Oh, thank you.
And your animals. So, Miss Chambers, why don't we just start?
No, never knew this sort of thing existed. Always knew I had a lot of love to give, but couldn't figure out how to give it to just one person. You know, the kids are all right. They're taking the world by storm. They're putting names on things that we already knew about but didn't have no names for.
That's wonderful. So if we could
Anyway, I met my girl Callie first. We met at a bar.
Thank you, Miss Chambers. But if we could really move on.
Oh, no. None of this Ms. crap. You call me Ranger Fran. All my friends do. Well, anyway, what can I do you for? Your people were real hush-hush when they asked me to do this interview. Shouldn't have signed on, but not one to turn down airtime.
We're here to talk about.
You know, I was recently a special guest on WWXO 94.1, which is a pretty big deal around here. Before that, local theater at the Milan Mill Playhouse, or MNP if anybody asks you. Otherwise, they'll think you're an outsider.
Understood. Now, if we could really move on.
And then before that, I did some adult film work during my stint at New Hampshire University. Go Wildcats! Funny enough, played a park ranger in one of them. You ever heard of the film The Legend of Big Cock? It's like The Legend of Bigfoot, only Big Cock's real. Oh,
Jesus, Captain Anthony Christ.
Well, that's all to say is I'm a real natural behind the camera.
Ranger Fran, we're here to discuss the disappearance of Yuri Petrov-Winslow and the deaths of Oskar Petrov-Winslow and Tanya Matthews.
Oh, that's real nasty business. I mean, we searched all over for Yuri. No trace. I'm talking nothing. And we searched from Swan Rock all the way up to Fogg's Landing, up to Black Bear Ridge and back, and I'm saying nothing. Hell, Tanya's body wasn't even at Black Bear Ridge when we searched the first time.
I imagine you've seen the Facebook Live upload from Miss Matthews, the one where she found Oscar's corpse.
Yeah, I seen it. Like I said, it's nasty business. It's what led us to search in the first place. We got word on the 22nd and immediately gathered a search party. Yuri and Tanya were not in Milan Hill State Park as of then.
You think they left and then returned?
I don't see why they would have. Especially if they were doing this Bonnie and Clyde type thing. Although, there are lots and lots of places to hide in these hills. It's all very mysterious.
Do you believe in the Mistress of Milan?
Hard not to after watching those videos, but no. No, I never really have. I spent years and years in and out of these woods. Hell, I was a junior counselor back when we had summer camps. We used to spook each other around the campfire telling stories of old Marge, but nothing ever happened. Not until now, that is.
The blood that was found on Black Bear Ridge, when you searched again on the 25th, was correctly identified as belonging to Tanya Matthews and Yuri Petrov-Winslow, and yet only Tanya's body was found on the ridge.
Well, like I said, that's nasty business.
On October 19th, 2019, around 1:30 p.m., Tanya Matthews left her family home from Milan Hill State Park, with intentions of arriving around 8 p.m. A text message thread between Tanya and Oskar from the 18th suggests that the two intended to surprise Yuri.
To Milan. A mediocre shithole with a boring fucking history.
It's not that bad.
To Milan.
And to you. The best brother I could have ever asked for.
Stop.
I mean it, man. I'm grateful for this. I mean, if we weren't doing this, we would have real jobs. Office jobs.
Yeah. I'd probably be the owner of Windows by Winslow.
Dad would have fucking hated that.
Yeah.
I mean, Mom runs the business just fine. We would have run that shit into the ground. I really, truly believe that this is where we belong. In the great outdoors, miles from that cushy life that we grew up in.
Yeah, I'd rather be in bed.
Oh, God. Exactly that. You would rather be in bed, and yet you choose to be here with me. That means a lot. Hey, you are a good man. Dad would be proud.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You're too hard on yourself.
Oskar, just stop. You and Mom think I'm this golden boy, but I'm not. I'm fucking not. Dad was really the only one that ever saw me. For the piece of shit that I am.
Yuri, come on.
But he would never be fucking proud of me. Not for all the fucked up shit I'm in now. God, if only he knew.
Yuri, what the hell are you talking about?
It just feels so haunted.
Hey. Tell me about it.
No.
Look. Don't make me ask you twice.
Oh, Jesus.
That's good. That's fucking good right there.
All right. So there's this girl.
No. A girl? Oh, stop the press! Who knew? I did. Fucking Tanya, right?
No. It's a girl from NYU.
A fucking student, bro?
I know.
Okay, so what about Tanya? Are you gonna break up with her?
I got a plan.
Okay, well, what's that plan?
Hey, none of your fucking business.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I shouldn't have even fucking said
Okay,
anything.
no, you shouldn't have fucked a child at NYU, is what you shouldn't have done.
Hey, we're not fucking, all right? And she's 23. She's not a child.
And you're 35. You're 35.
What about this conversation is making me feel like I can confide in my own brother? Because I'm not feeling very supported here.
You don't need support. You need accountability. But fine. Okay. So you're not fucking. Then what? Enlighten me, please, because I truly don't understand.
All right. So there's this bar. It's near campus. Okay. And I'm still on the Alpha Sigma Upsilon email group, so I know when, there are When what? I know when they go to Claythorns, all right? It's the bar she goes to, okay?
Don't even know what
The first time I met her, they were meeting up at the KBKs, and they were doing karaoke, and I was supposed to be leaving there with the Kappa.
Yuri, you were like 100 years old. What could you possibly have in common still with the alphas? I mean...
You know what? Fuck you,
okay.
all right?
Hey, what the fuck?
Don't know you fucking shit anyway.
Wait. So, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I would like you to continue, all right? This is a valid and moderately healthy reaction you're having, and we are cultivating safe space. So what? You saw her from across the bar, and you saw her from across the bar, and really, nothing, no more. God, you're so fucking vague. You're so vague. Okay, so what about Tanya? How do we feel about her now? Probably a terrible time to tell you that she's on her way up this weekend.
She what?
Yeah. I wanted to meet her, okay? Sorry. And you were dragging ass about it. So we worked it out and she'll be here soon. Act surprised and don't be a dick. This is not her fault.
I'm not mad. I just thought we had an agreement for no guests on Yo-Yo.
Yeah, well, she's special. Or so I thought.
What was that last part?
Shut up.
No, what the fuck did you
Yuri,
say?
shut up. Did you hear? What the fuck is that? Oh my god.
Sit down.
Hello?
Don't make me ask
Hello?
you twice.
Yuri, I'm not joking. You didn't hear that? There's someone is screaming right now.
Oscar,
hello?
you're fucking drunk. All right?
No,
Sit
you know
down.
what? You are severely out of pocket right now. I need to go see if they need help. Oh my god. Hello?
Right.
Hello?
See ya.
Guess who?
I am severely and utterly shocked.
You there, would you please bring me my wine? Yes, you. Who else?
Yeah, Alex, don't you know anything?
Thank you. He seems so nice.
He really isn't. So, Alex is gonna say rolling, and then you can introduce yourself for the camera.
Okay, we are rolling.
My name is Lenore Matthews, and as much as I hate to admit it, I am Tanya's mother.
And what do you do for work, Mrs. Matthews?
Oh, no, I do not work.
What can you tell the world about Tanya? Surely you knew her better than anyone else.
No, I wouldn't say that. She was a bit of a chameleon, that one. You know, the type of person who changes their personality based on who they're dating. That was my Tanya. Normally, it was easy to identify. The men she would bring around were all caricatures, with no originality of their own.
How do you mean?
Clowns. First, there was the barista. So suddenly, she's too good for the coffee at Brenda's. Have you been? Oh, and then there was the art curator. So suddenly, she's into art. She spends my money on canvases and charcoal and brushes that all look the goddamn same. And fun fact, the more expensive the paint, the worse it smells. Oh, and most recently, there was the biker. So what does she do? She goes out and buys a bunch of leather shit and starts talking about motorcycles, as if she has any goddamn clue about motorcycles. She was really awful, Cordelia, really. I know it's a terrible thing for a mother to say, but my God, the girl was an embarrassment.
What personality trait did she absorb from Yuri?
Yuri was such an enigma. He didn't have anything definitive that made him fit into one particular niche. Not that I ever discovered.
So what did Tanya imitate?
When they first started dating, she made assumptions about him. She really got into certain influencers, but the kind that created similar content to Yuri and his brother. Outdoor survivalists, something or other. I don't know anything about all of that, and I won't pretend to.
Naturally. Did you ever have a chance to see them interact? To my knowledge, Yuri never introduced her to his family.
Smart man. He knew better than to bring Tanya around them. Anyway, yes, too many times. Tanya would flaunt her men off like they were diamonds. And sweet Cordelia, they were far from diamonds. Except Yuri, but he's an alleged murderer. No man is perfect, I suppose.
Forgive me if it's sensitive, but you are aware that Tanya is the lead suspect in this case. They're calling it a murder-suicide.
Oh, I'm aware. It's a bit hard to believe, but not for any of the right reasons.
What do you mean?
I mean, the idea that Tanya could kill doesn't surprise me. But she's just so stupid. I feel like, and I know this sounds horrible, but I feel like it takes a certain level of intelligence to commit a murder like this. And she's just not, well, no. The girl can't do anything by herself.
Interesting. Do you know of any reason why she might have wanted to do this?
Well, they fought like children, constantly breaking up and getting back together. I remember an instance at Brenda's Brunch Cafe. Lovely spot, by the way. If you haven't been, go. Anyway, I remember an incident where she told Yuri that he would never amount to half the talent of his brother. And he was fuming. He told her they were finished. This was all over our Eggs Benedict, mind you. Anyway, he told her they were finished, and she immediately put an end to that. She grabbed him by his ear and twisted it, and in the most embittered tone, told him absolutely not. It was quite chilling, and so awkward. I mean, really, over breakfast?
I'm sorry, are you saying she was physically abusive to him in public?
Oh, sure. She was not going to let him go. The footage from that night, I've watched it. How Yuri spoke of her and what Oskar thought he knew of her, it's proof to me that Yuri did not do this. Whoever Oskar was expecting was described as a goddess. And unfortunately, he met Tanya. I do not like lipstick prints on my wine glass. You know, if you're royalty in England, you should not have lipstick prints on your wine glass.
When Oskar returned to the campsite on the night of October 19th, Yuri and Tanya had already retired to Yuri's tent. Frustrated, Oskar decided to go to bed.
What the actual fuck? Dad's rolling over in his grave. I love Yuri, I do, but that shit's not right. I mean, why do guys like Yuri get their fucking pick of women, and here I am, trying to treat a woman right, and I know that Lisa from Waterline DM'd me, but I'm pretty sure that was just sexual. And, she's not gonna leave Connor away from me. I mean, why would she? He has more followers.
Yeah, you really do, but you know what?
I've always seen myself with, like, a wife, you know, and kids, and I'm 34 years old now, and I've never even really had, like, a serious girlfriend. So what the fuck am I doing wrong?
Be right back. I have to pee.
Come back quick.
Yuri says that I'm too eager. Or no, I thought maybe like fame and wealth and followers would at least show girls that like I'm funny and I'm cute and like I have a good personality. But if that's not doing it, Oscar, you fucking nerd. Oh, I gotta pull myself together. What the fuck was that?
Tanya!
Yuri, what the fuck is going on?
I don't fucking know, man, alright? We were in the tent, and she went to go pee, and I heard her fucking screaming, and I don't know where the fuck she is. Tanya!
Yuri, this isn't funny.
I'm not fucking joking, man. Alright, I'm going fucking.
What? No, Yuri, no, you can't fucking do that.
Fuck off me, pussy.
Why?
Fan out and look for her.
What do you mean fan out and look for her? I've never fucking seen her.
Tanya, can you hear me? She's screaming so I can hear you, baby.
I'm just so fucking confused, yo. Yuri's been gone for over an hour. But I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard any screaming or shouting. Where is Tanya? Where did she go? I swear to God, if this is a fucking joke. Oh my God. What the fuck was that? Okay. Turn on, you motherfucker. I don't want to fucking do it. Yuri. Tanya, Yuri, please answer me. Yuri, Tanya, answer me, please. Oh, please. No. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. No. I'm so sorry, Yuri. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry, Yuri. I'm sorry. Fuck. I think I'm being followed. But there was fucking something out there, I swear.
May we continue?
Yes. Go ahead.
Thank you. Did you like Tanya?
I never met her, but I'm sure I would have. The way Yuri talked about her, he was so smitten. Just smitten. He didn't tell us her name for the longest, but he said he was in absolute love with someone. He used that word. Absolute. Sometimes he would just... It was rare. He would just have these flares of passion. I'm sorry. he was otherwise so stoic, and I just lingered in that memory just now.
It's completely understandable. Again, take your time.
You're very kind, but I think I'd just like to get through this quickly. As I was saying, he didn't tell us her name until Oscar saw a text come across his phone, and he asked a million questions.
Did you know about the student he was seeing from NYU?
I did not. He was much more secretive about her, and when the footage came out, I know the authorities tried to figure out who it was, but to my knowledge, they were never successful.
I was a senior there at the time, and I remember them holding interviews. Creeped me out because I went to Claythorne's fairly often.
Is that what sparked your interest in this case?
It fueled it, yes, but I have a passion for true crime. I am so sorry, that was insensitive.
It's terrible. This whole scandal. His father would have been so disappointed. He always tried to instill respect in the boys, especially when it came to women, so I just don't understand how he could do something so terrible to Tanya.
Did Yuri ever talk to you about the fights he had with Tanya?
No. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Several people have stated that their relationship was fairly abusive. Tanya's mother had a lot to say about it.
Couples fight. I hardly think it's appropriate to use a word like abusive. No, I had not heard that. I did not agree to this interview to have my son slandered any further.
Off the record, I don't believe Yuri's guilty, but I have to present the facts of this case in the most unbiased way possible. Please understand. Now, it's been suggested that Tanya was the one abusing Yuri. Have you really not seen the video?
Are you kidding me? This is what I'm talking about! You're not even hearing me, Yuri!
Yeah, because you're on your goddamn
Oh,
mind.
I'm not in my mind! I'm out of my mind!
You are on your goddamn
How
mind.
dare you!
Damn it, Tanya. You know what? I'm not the one who said anything to
You would
her.
do
I
this
didn't
to me! I would die for you!
What is this?
Kill for you, Yuri!
Fucking voice down. Alright, I'm fucking done
No.
with this shit.
No, I'm sorry. I love you. I love you. Tell me you love me. Tell me you love me.
Tanya.
Tell me you love me.
I love you, baby. I really do. You just gotta work on that crazy side a little bit.
Why is she hitting him like that? This can't be. Who is that?
It's Tanya.
It can't be Tanya.
Is she serious?
My son was head over heels in love with this girl. and
Unless it
that-
was the NYU student who had his heart.
No, I don't believe that.
Many don't. Take solace in the fact that Yuri has a lot of supporters out there. Many people don't believe he's guilty. Were you aware of the recent speculations from various influencers that maybe the NYU student didn't exist? Or that maybe Yuri never actually interacted with her?
Who's saying that? I haven't heard that. I think that's wonderful. My boy loved his Tanya. You should have heard how he talked about her. He was so in love. He said he had found someone special, someone who saw him for him, that he'd never known anyone like her before. And I can't believe he would cheat on her, even if there's footage of him admitting it. And I don't believe that was Tanya in the video
Mrs.
either,
Petrov-Winslow,
abusing him.
It has been verified as
maybe it was the NYU student. It must
Mrs.
have been
Petrov-Winslow.
Ilsa.
If it's true that Yuri made up this relationship with this student in his mind, then it proves that at this point in time, Yuri was completely separated from reality.
I told you. It was not him. Whoever that was. It is not my Yuri. It's not.
Yuri? Yuri? Yuri! Oh, thank God. Yuri! Yuri! Oh, fuck.
Yuri, please wake up, Yuri! Yuri!
What?
Oh, thank God. What happened? Where is Tanya?
I fucking know, man.
What do you mean you don't know? What happened last night?
She was... I don't fucking know. She was out there in the fucking woods. I heard screaming and shit. Like, get the fucking camera.
Okay, okay. Jeez. Look, I just want to help. Can we talk, please? In like a minute?
Just give me a minute, alright?
Yeah, of course. Fuck. What the fuck is going on?
Ranger Fran, did you hear screaming on the night of October 19th?
Oh no. You see, I got the insomnia real bad. So without my pinkies, well, that's what I call my pills on account of their pink. Without my pinkies, I can't get no rest, you see? Now 2 pinks. My girlfriends like that joke on account of vaginas. 2 pinks and I'm out like a bear. And there's never really nothing going on in the lawn, so it was never really an issue until that night. Now, I take 1 pink and I sleep till my body wakes me up around 2. And then if all is quiet, I pop my 2nd pink and I sleep through the rest of the night. Not nearly as restful as it was when I was doubling down on the pinkies, but what can you do? Can't very well sleep when folks are getting murdered out there to bits. What was the question?
Oh, about the screaming, I just...
Oh yeah, the screaming. No, I didn't hear any screaming on account of the pinkies.
Yes, I got it.
I'm not gonna tell Yuri what I saw last night. And I know that's fucking stupid. I know, but there's something off about him. And I don't know what. I don't trust him. I mean, I do. But I don't. I don't know how to explain it. Could it be a prank? It's so hard to fucking tell if it's something that Yuri would do because he's so goddamn unpredictable. But like, a prank makes more sense than a ghost, right? I truly don't know. So, just so that I have this straight, can you tell me exactly what happened last night?
Well, we finished, and she said she had to pee,
So she went into the woods, I don't know, like 30 seconds or something, and then there was a scream, and I tried to run after her, but of course my fucking zipper jammed on a cheap-ass tent. And then you came out, I came out, and then I went looking for her. She's just gone. I had no trace at all, just vanished.
All her stuff is gone too.
Her what?
Her stuff, her backpack and her sleeping bag and her tent. It was all right here by the fire, and it's gone now.
She didn't bring it to him.
She did.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, no, I thought it was weird because I figured she would just sleep with you, but she had a whole ass tent.
I don't think that's true, but whatever.
It's weird though, right? Don't you think? Like, why would she take her shit when she goes missing? Like, do you think that she could be messing with us? All right, well, let's pack up our stuff and then we'll go to the police and they can help.
No.
No?
No. I'm staying right here. I'm not leaving her out in these woods. That tent, it's gonna be here if she comes back. When she comes back.
I don't think that is as helpful as you think it is. Fine, I'll go. Give me the keys. I will go and report it to the authorities and I'll bring them back with me. Yuri, I'm serious. Can you back off? Fuck you. What the hell is that?
Motherfucker, are you dense? Do you not see what is happening here? It's the mistress of fucking Milan.
Come on.
This is my punishment for cheating on Tanya.
You don't really believe that.
I mean, it all checks, doesn't it?
No, it truly does not. I thought she came for the lecher, not the mistress, or in this case, the woman scorned. I mean, by legend or logic or whatever, she should be coming for you.
Oh, I deserve to be punished.
Let me go to the cops, man. They can help.
No cops, all right? I'm going back out there to look for her. Are you coming with me or not?
I mean, I guess, but I still think that it's a terrible idea.
God damn. You know what? Why don't you just stay here, right? Don't come. Just stay here and work on your stupid fucking channel.
My stupid what?
Your stupid fucking channel.
Stop pushing me! It's our channel!
God damn it, I'm fucking over this influencer shit. I'm fucking over it. Alright? Who gets anything out of this anyway? We are miles from any civilization. We have zero cell service, and we're eating really shitty food over an open flame. Nature is bullshit. Alright? All of this is bullshit. And so is your little yo-yo.
Tell me how you really feel.
Oh, I am. I have put up with your shit for long enough, but I am fucking done, all right? You know, Oscar, you want to know why you like to go off on your little adventures, huh? Your little hiking adventures in the woods. You want to know why? It is because you are severely lost. No sense of purpose, no sense of fucking direction. But me, I know what I want, all right? I have a purpose. But this shit, I get absolutely nothing out of this.
You get nothing out of this?
Not a goddamn thing.
And you do? I get to spend time with you. You're my best friend, Yuri.
God, that is pathetic. That is sad. God, we are brothers. We are not friends. You need actual friends.
I have real friends. You're just my best friend.
Yeah, well, you're not mine, okay? She is. And when I find her, we're gonna get off this fucking mountain or hill or wherever the fuck we are, and we're going back to the city, and we're never gonna leave the city again. Unless we're going to another fucking city. Is that clear? Do you understand what I'm telling you? Huh? Is that fucking clear? Yo-Yo is fucking done. Every time I introduce you to a girl, something always goes wrong. You always find a way to fuck shit up. I wish you were dead.
The footage in which Tanya Matthews disappeared into the woods was taken on October 19th, 2019. 2 days later, on October 21st, Tanya uploaded the following video to her Facebook.
Yuri! Oscar! Guys, I'm serious, where are you? Yuri! What the
released audio revealed the chilling laughter of Tanya Matthews at the completion of her video. On October 25, 2019, the body of Tanya Matthews was found unceremoniously displayed on Black Bear Ridge, less than 1 week after her disappearance. Tanya was the second reported body to be discovered, Oscar's being the first, several days earlier on the morning of Tuesday, October 22nd, at Swan Rock. In stark contrast to Tanya's body, Oscar was arranged against a tree, his eyes gouged out with a deep stab wound through his right temple in accordance with the legends. Additionally, his arms had been pierced at the biceps with tent stakes, though police have disregarded this as mere pageantry.
So Alex is gonna say rolling, and then you'll introduce yourself for the camera.
Got it.
Okay, guys, we are rolling.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Can you introduce yourself for the camera, please?
My name is Henrietta Rosca.
And what has been your involvement in this case?
I was the chief investigator on the scene after the bodies of Oskar Petrov-Winslow and Tanya Matthews were discovered. Do you mind if I smoke in here?
Actually, I do. I'm just trying to quit, and the smell of it, you understand how it is.
All right, we are rolling everywhere. This is audio 997.
Okay. Can you state your name and involvement again, please?
Already did that.
Okay. Can you walk us through where officials stand on the case as of right now? As much as you can state publicly, that is.
Well, what do you already know?
From the police reports and articles I've read, Yuri was a prime suspect for a while, but I think that's been disproven.
Disproven?
I just mean that you've moved on. I understand the fan base has their mindset on Tanya. Can you tell me more about that?
About what?
About the accusation that Tanya is responsible for the disappearance of Yuri and the death of Oskar. I've seen several vloggers who have suggested that Tanya was privy to Yuri's infidelity, showing up with the intentions of disappearing to lure Yuri and Oskar into the woods to kill them. I mean, the Facebook Live post in which she found Oskar's corpse was uploaded on the 21st, but the footage of her screaming in the woods was recorded on the 19th.
Correct.
And then the discovery of her base camp.
Fucking disaster. I don't even know why I'm still filming. I'm not gonna use any of this shit. What the fuck? Y'all gotta see this shit. This fucking... I knew she brought a fucking tent. Yup, see? A pink sleeping bag. Where the fuck did she even find this? Fuck. Oh. Okay, it was... it was just a prank. Fuck, Yuri, man, that is dirty. This is a fucking bar. Oh, that fucking bitch. That fucking bitch. Oh. What the fuck is this? You got me, you bitch. No, why?
The running theory is that Tanya knew about the NYU student, so she tried to tag along on the trip, but Yuri said no. She then advanced on Oskar, who was more than willing to share the whereabouts of their getaway. She shows up, slips off into the night, and waits. The next day, she kills Oskar and leaves his body to be discovered, kills Yuri and disposes of his body somewhere in the Milan Hill State Park, and then kills herself. I mean, the way her body was discovered in no way correlates to the legends of the Mistress of Milan. She clearly shot herself. I mean, it's just so incredible.
You seem to have a real interest in this case, Miss Charles.
You can call me Cordelia.
No.
Someone had to shed light on this.
And it had to be you.
I'm very thankful to have my hands on such a riveting story. I have nothing with which to reproach myself.
You journalists fascinate me.
We're not here to discuss your takes on journalists.
I suppose we all have a job to do.
I do. May we continue? As I was saying, Tanya's body placement in no way correlates to the Mistress of Milan.
The theory being that if she were murdered, it would have been staged to look like the legend.
Which we know to be eyes gouged out and impaled through the skull temple to temple, but Tanya shot herself.
Correct. Now, here's a piece of information that should be news to you. The gun we found at the scene was registered to Yuri Petrov-Winslow.
How do you explain Yuri's blood found on Black Bear Ridge? Unless his blood was spilled during a dispute with Tanya. His blood was shed, but his body has never been found. Maybe she killed him there, disposed of his body somewhere else, grabbed the gun, and then went back to kill herself. But why did Yuri have a gun? Why would he bring a gun with him on his trip with Oskar?
People typically carry guns when they have a violent agenda.
But Yuri's been proven innocent.
Why do you keep saying that? Yuri hasn't been proven anything, innocent or dead. The evidence is just currently pointing to Tanya.
But the fan base has told him.
The fan base. How could I have forgotten the fucking fan base? Are we finished? I also have a job to do.
If Yuri didn't bring the gun, then Tanya must have brought it. So when and how did she obtain it? I mean, Tanya's too simple, but Yuri doesn't fit. There has to be a piece we're missing.
There is no Mistress of Milan, or whatever supernatural spin you're trying to put on this. This is a completely unoriginal story. A jealous girlfriend discovers that her boyfriend is cheating. She snaps, kills him, and whoever else gets in her way, in this case Oskar, and then she kills herself. Or, and this would make for a better story in my opinion, but it is a long shot, Tanya and Yuri conspired together to kill Oskar for whatever reason. And then after it's done, Tanya panics and can't live with it, so she kills herself, leaving Yuri to run off into the night, free from the burden of an annoying brother and a clingy girlfriend, and he becomes the Mistress of Milan himself.
Come on. You don't think there's a chance that it goes deeper than that? That there's something we're missing? Something that'll turn this whole thing on its head?
Well, you get right on that. I'm late for a meeting.
If what I'm suggesting is true, I think it's your moral obligation to tell me. I mean, what else do you know about the gun and Yuri's blood found on the ridge?
I'm gonna stop you right there. I am not obligated to tell you anything, Miss Charles. As of right now, this continues to be an open investigation. However, none of that matters. Tanya Matthews shot herself. That was proven by a team of forensic experts who are paid to make those determinations. How or why or when she obtained the gun is a moot point. And until we find his body, Yuri Petrov-Winslow remains a person of interest.
You aren't so sure anymore, are you?
Look, I would love nothing more than for this to be a ghost story. Because that would mean a human being did not commit this heinous act. But we live in the real world, Miss Charles. You wanted to know where we stand, and I think I've made that clear. Good day.
On March 21st, 2021, New York University pulled its funding and crew from Cordelia and reassigned the rights of the documentary to AniDote Productions after Ilsa Petrov-Winslow threatened to sue the university for slander. She maintained that Cordelia's intentions were to sensationalize her family's tragedy and criminalize her son. NYU-appointed cinematographer Alex Becker and sound engineer Lacey Hall have declined interviews, wishing to distance themselves from the project as much as possible. They turned over the raw footage and all hitherto edited materials to AniDote Productions. Immediately following the termination of her project, Cordelia announced intentions of writing a book under the documentary's original title, Yo-Yo, Influence of a Murder. She began a crowdfunding campaign which reached its goal in moments from a single anonymous donation. The book was released on Tuesday, May 4th, and by the month's end had reached critical acclaim. Cordelia announced a book tour for early July. However, throughout the month of June, Cordelia received a myriad of threatening letters demanding she leave the story alone, and all signed the Mistress of Milan. Seeming to enjoy the threats, Cordelia posted a series of photos on her social media, stating, "The Mistress of Milan is exhibiting fan behavior. Why are you so obsessed with me?" She later responded to inquiries as to whether or not she was frightened.
I just want to get the record straight. The Mistress of Milan is dead. Tanya's dead. Yuri is probably dead. And these letters that I am getting have nothing to do with me and more to do with the exorbitant amount of free time had by fans. I find it flattering. I do. But it's in poor taste. People are dead. Grow up, everyone.
On July 17, 2021, around 8:30 a.m., the following video was uploaded to Yo-Yo's YouTube channel.
I don't know, Yuri, I just don't know. I don't think I can do this. Please. I just want to go home. I just want to see my mother one more time, please. We don't have to do this. We can just say it was a Mr. Milan. They will believe us.
You said that you would die for me.
Please.
You said that you would die for me. So do it. Do it.
No.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Tanya, do it. Do it. Fuck. Oh. You mean the world to me, okay? You know that. But when you come to us, you're gonna take us away to prison. We're gonna rot in a cell. They're gonna separate us. You want me to rot in a cell? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? You want to be that far away from me? You want to abandon me like your father abandoned me? Is that what you want? Huh? Huh? Answer me! Is that what you want?
No. I don't want to abandon you.
I wish that we could go like we always talked about. This way? Okay. Do it for me. See?
By the time word of Yuri's upload reached Cordelia, it was too late to cancel her book signing. However, halfway through she became dizzy and needed to return to her hotel room to lay down.
God, are you okay? I feel like we should probably just end this thing. All right, everyone. I'm so sorry. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it, but we're gonna wrap this up. Look, I said we're done.
Unable to reach Cordelia the following morning, her publicist Nadia Wild contacted management to let her into the room. The room showed signs of an intense struggle, and Cordelia was nowhere to be found. After 48 hours, she was declared missing.
Good morning, Miss Wild. Coffee?
This will be quick. What is it you need?
I would just like to collect your account of the events that transpired between July 17th and 18th.
Yuri uploaded that horrible video encouraging Tanya's suicide, which I brought to Cordelia's attention.
And what was her reaction?
Shock, followed by excitement.
Excitement? That seems dark.
It's business. Yuri being alive gave her book sequel opportunities. That means more checks for her and more money in turn for me. Win-win.
I see. And the morning of July 18th?
She was late to a meeting with the Netflix representative about a miniseries. I figured something was wrong when I couldn't get a hold of her, so I had the front desk let me into her room. It was all fucked up, and she was declared missing 48 hours later. Anything else?
So you didn't see her at all on the 18th?
No.
Okay, so then you were the last person to see her alive on the 17th.
If you're suggesting that I'm the mistress of Milan, please tell me what I have to gain from offing my most reputable client.
Then tell me what you think happened.
It's not my job to figure that out. It's yours.
Did you read her book?
I read all my clients' books.
Do you think there's any truth?
In what? The mistress of Milan? I don't believe in ghost detectives.
So you haven't pondered this bizarre case?
Look, the limited thought I've given to this leads me to believe Cordelia pissed Yuri off by giving his credit to Tanya, and he decided to rectify the situation the way he felt best. At this point, Cordelia's probably dead.
I agree with you.
Great. May I go?
You may, but I'll be sure to follow up.
Don't bother. Her contract's been terminated. This no longer has anything to do with me.
On October 20th, 2021, the following video was uploaded to Yo-Yo's previously archived YouTube channel from an unknown source.
Hello, testing. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
You really don't have to do that. Hello. Can you please state your name for the camera and your involvement in the tragedy at Milan Hill State Park?
My name is Yuri Petrov-Winslow, and I'm indirectly responsible for the deaths of Oskar Petrov-Winslow and Tanya Matthews.
Can you expand on your choice of words, indirectly responsible?
It means I was not directly responsible for their deaths.
After the footage was released of you encouraging Tanya Matthews' suicide, many have suggested that you pulled the trigger.
I didn't pull the trigger. She did.
Mr. Petrov-Winslow.
Yuri.
Yuri. I think the viewers want to know, how did this whole thing come to be? I mean, why did you hate Oskar so much?
'Cause he was fucking needy, that's why. He always was. I told him from the jump that I didn't want to be in front of the camera, so I volunteered my time to do more of the behind-the-scenes stuff, the filming, the editing, all that shit. But it fucking consumed us. He never respected my boundaries, and then here we are 3 fucking years later, and we have a booming YouTube channel, and we have fans, and we have stans. We have all this bullshit, even our faces on fucking t-shirts. Fuck.
So would you say the channel was enriching for his life, but not yours?
Like I was suffocating constantly. I never even had the desire to leave the city.
Why is that?
One of my many therapists called it travel anxiety. It's the one thing my mother and I had in common. I never liked to step foot outside of my comfort zone. But then I met a girl.
The NYU student?
Yes.
Tell them about her.
I watched her for a long time.
What is it about her that drew you in?
Well, at first I was enchanted by her beauty. But then something deep inside me told me that I had to both do everything in my power to have her, and that a goddess like her would never want anything to do with a piece of shit like me.
But you didn't run. You approached her, clumsily, may I add, and ordered her a whiskey despite the fact that she already had a glass of white wine in front of her.
I don't think you have any evidence to prove that.
But you quickly fell in love.
Yeah.
Just because she was pretty?
No.
So what was it?
It was her darkness. It was palpable. It was like I was the only person in the world that could see it. I was drawn to it. I felt safe with her.
Would you say that she provided you the opportunity to be authentically Yuri?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. I finally understood this ride or die mentality. I've had so many women drawn to me over the years, but it's always been so sad and
Pathetic. But you mean the world to me, Cordelia.
Let's discuss the events that prompted the deaths of Oskar Petrov-Winslow and Tanya Matthews.
I did it for you. I did it as a service to you. And I did it for myself. I mentioned killing Oskar casually, but you gave me the push.
He was controlling your life. So was Tanya. You were a pathetic man endlessly serving two people who could never truly appreciate you in your entirety.
Not like you do.
Not like I do.
You needed a compelling story. I needed an exit, and Tanya, I knew she would die for me. She always said she would.
How did you know she would kill for you?
Well, because she had nothing to lose.
She had everything to lose. That is the fucking problem with the rich. You have zero awareness of the immense privilege that you have. You never have to work for anything. Nothing about Tanya's life was hard. So she had a shitty mother. So did I. The only difference being mine was poor as shit, so there was really no benefit to reap. But Lenore Matthews had a goddamn endless supply of money she threw at Tanya to live whatever fucking life she wanted, as long as it was far away from her. Fuck! Anyway, luckily for you, you were right. She was willing to die and kill for you.
It did take some berating. You've seen the footage.
Countless times. Do it. Do it! You said you'd die for me.
I will. I will die for you. I would, you know.
You would?
Yeah. I would.
Oh, baby. Do it.
What? What?
Do it, like you just said you would.
Oh, you don't want me to do that.
You're right. I don't want you to do that.
Alright, I'm gonna take a piss, and we can just pick up when I get back. You know, I really do love you.
It'd be stupid not to.
On October 23rd, Yuri was found dead by a group of hikers in a forest in the North Holland province of the Netherlands. His eyes had been removed, and a letter opener had impaled his skull. Cordelia Charles was last seen entering a taxi in West Amsterdam. She remains at large.
Oh my god, no, 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 no.
Did I do good?
Cordelia, you have to come see this. So they actually built the staircase up to the yurts.
We've got everything we need, right?
Yeah,
we're good.
Oh, okay. Well, should I make a reservation for the yurts?
No.
Look at this.
I wanted to see those.